Jai Hind everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about a question from Java. It's useful for class 12 students, and the question says, I'll show you the exact question. So the question says that you have to write a program to declare a square matrix A of order m cross m, where m is the number of rows and the number of columns, such that m must be greater than 2 and less than 10. And we have to accept the value of m as user input. That means we have to ask the number of rows and columns from the user, and since it's a square matrix, only one input will be sufficient enough. And we have to display an appropriate message for an invalid input. Also, we need to allow the user to input integers into this matrix. Means we have to create the matrix, and then we have to ask the user values to fill it. Okay, perform the following task. First of the task is display the original matrix. So first of all, let's do up to this only. Okay, so I have written the question in gist. First of all, we have to input a square matrix and then display a square matrix. So let's open BlueJ. So you can see that I have written a class name as Square Matrix, and I have already imported java.util.scanner so that I can easily take input from the user. First of all, what I have done is, see, I have declared a method named getMatrix. As the name suggests, it will get the matrix from the user. And before that, let me take you to the public static void main method. So here I have written public static void main string arg as standard, scanners object sc, and then I have given a prompt asking for number of rows. Okay, since it's a square matrix, number of rows and number of columns are same, so I have written only rows. It will act as both. Then I have taken that input in a size. Okay, after that, what I have done, I have declared a matrix which will hold integer values, and it's a 2D matrix. 2 arrays means it's a 2D matrix. And what I have done here is, I have declared the size. Row is also size and column is also size. And who will give us these things? The user will give us this thing. I can even use the questions language. They have says that the size will be m, so I can write it as m also. Let me show you. I can write this as m, and then I can input here m and then m. Okay, so this is m cross m matrix. Now the name of the matrix that they have mentioned in the question is A. Okay, so I'll rename this as A. So I'll write capital A, done. After that, what I have done is, this matrix is ready. Okay, so suppose user input 3. Okay, say please enter number of rows, and then user types 3. Then what will happen? The Java will create an A array of 3 cross 3 size. Let me explain you what I mean to say. Say the user input 3, that the number of rows, that is m, is 3. So what will happen? 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. A 3 cross 3 matrix will be created. The values are not initialized. These places are for now empty, but this is created. Okay, so this is what happens. After that, I have written one method named getMatrix. See, it is giving me error. I'll solve that one by one. So I have written one method named as getMatrix. What this do? This will accept a matrix. In our case, we will pass A here, A matrix, and what will do? It will declare a scanners object, and then it will run 2 for loops, one for the row and one for the column. It will run 2 for loops and nested for loops, and then it will say enter element row. So I have mentioned the row here I plus 1, because in normal life we count from 1, but in Java we count from 0. That's why I have written here I plus 1. After that, column j plus 1. So each time for like say our matrix is 3 cross 3, it means total 9 elements are there. Then this message enter element row this column this will be displayed 9 times, and we will take input 9 times to fill each of them. Okay, so in first case this is 0, this is 0, so it will fill in matrix 0 0. After that what will happen, this will be 0 but this will increase and get 1, so it will fill in matrix 0 comma 1, then 0 comma 2, then this will get 1, then 1 0 1 1 1 2 and so on. Okay, so this way that matrix will be filled. So what I have done is, see, in public static void main I have created one object of our class. This square matrix is the same class that I am writing. So I have made an object of a square matrix class. Okay, after that on that object I call this get matrix method. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll pass the matrix capital A into it. So what will happen, this A which was empty will now with the help of get matrix method will be filled. After that what I have done is, I have given one prompt asking to display the original matrix. So to display the original matrix I have defined another method named as show matrix. As the name says, it just shows. Okay, so I have received one matrix and I will run 2 for loop, and in that inside for loop I'll just give this statement that display the element, and then I have given one space to make it visually look good. Okay, and after one row I have to change the line. I have written system.out.println. So what will happen is, it will first print the first row. This row will be printed first. After that it will do system.out.println. So this will come to here, and then it will print the second row, and after that it will come here and print the third row. Okay, so it works this way. So what I will do, I have taken as get matrix, input is done, then show matrix, and what I'll write here, I'll write the name of the matrix A. Okay, so with the help of this show matrix method, the matrix will be displayed on the screen after the original matrix message. Then I have written in the question, if you see, there is check if the given matrix is symmetric or not. Okay, so we have to check if the given matrix is symmetric or not. What does symmetric means? They have given the definition here also. A square matrix is said to be symmetric if the element of the ith row and jth column is equals to the element of the they have done one mistake here. It will be jth row and ith column. Let me explain you what does that means. So any matrix, any square matrix in Java has one diagonal. See, this is the diagonal. This is called leading diagonal or principal diagonal or primary diagonal. So this is the first diagonal that we see. That's why it's called leading diagonal or principal diagonal. Okay, so what happens is, if this element and this element are same, this element and this element are same, this element and this element are same, then this matrix will be called symmetric matrix. Why it will call symmetric matrix? Because this principal diagonal now acts as a mirror. Because if you see, this is the mirror image of this, this is the mirror image of this, this is the mirror image of this. Now how do they define it? See, I'll just do one thing. So suppose I have three columns, so I'll write 0 1 then 2, and say I have 3 rows, so I'll write 0 1 2. First element will be first row and then column, so it will be 0 0. First row then column, so it will be 0 1. First row then column, so it will be 0 2. After that we will have a row then column, so it will be 1 0, then 1 1, so it will be 1 1, then it will be 1 2, so it will be 1 2. After that I have 2 0 2 1 2 2. So this way. Now see, if the element at index this and at index this, that means this is our matrix A, then A01 element, if that equals to A10 element, So see, this 0 gone there, this thing gone there. So literally what it means is A of ij if equals A of ji, then that matrix is symmetric matrix. And this is for what? For if I not equals to j. Okay, so I and j should not be equals. If I and j will be equal, they will be part of the diagonal elements. That's why I and j should not be equal. So that we are doing only. Let us see in the code now. So let's go to is symmetric matrix. There is this, so I have received one matrix, and this is symmetric method returns boolean, saying if the matrix you have given to this method, if that is symmetric, then it will return true. If that is not symmetric, it will return false. Okay, so I have declared one flag which I have initialized with true. Then I have run two for loop inside for loop, and then I have given a condition that I should not be equal to j. Why? This is one of the inherent condition of symmetric. Okay, so we do not check the diagonal element while checking if the matrix is symmetric or not. Okay, after that we will check that each matrix ij element, if any of the matrix ij element is not equals to matrix ji element, then I'll say that that matrix is not symmetric matrix. That's why I have given the flag as false, and then we have done a sys out saying that that matrix is not symmetric. Okay, I'll remove this break because this is not that much useless, that much useful. So, okay, so this way it happens, and after that it returns the flag. So for I not equals to j, if we check that if any of the matrix ij element is not equals to matrix ji element, then that matrix is not symmetric. Okay, so flag equals to false. So see, I have given one if loop here, that if obj dot is symmetric, this obj dot is symmetric will return true if that matrix that you are giving it is symmetric. If it is symmetric, it will display symmetric. If it's not symmetric, that method itself obj is symmetric will display that not symmetric. Okay, after that what they have asked us, they have asked us sum of left diagonal elements. That that principal diagonal I showed you is known as leading diagonal also, and it is known as left diagonal also, because it is in the left side and there is a right diagonal also. So this thing is left diagonal and this thing is the right diagonal. So for calculating the sum of the left diagonal elements is very easy. We have to do this plus this plus this. You add these three and you get the sum of left elements. So how do you achieve that? If you notice, you will see that the row number and column number is same. Row number and column number is same. Row number, column number is same. So what you can do is, you do not have to run a nested for loop. You can just run a single for loop like I have shown, and you can run it 3 times. Okay, 3 times means size of the element size, size of the matrix size. See, I have done here. So I have made one method named sum of left diagonal, and it will receive one 2 by 2 it will receive one 2D matrix, and it will return integer. What that integer will be? That integer will be the sum of the left diagonal elements. Okay, inside I have declared one variable called sum, and I have initialized it with 0. Why 0? Because it's a sum. If it was the product, I would have initialized it with 1. After that, I have calculated size, and I have run a for loop from I equals to 0 to I less than size. That means it will run from 0, then 1, then 2, if you give as I as 3. Okay. Then what I have done here, I am collecting all the element whose I and j are equal. In fact, see, I have passed here also I, and then here also I, because they are the same. So it will calculate matrix 0 0. It will put it into the sum container, sum variable. Then it will calculate matrix 1 1 and then put it into sum variable. Then it will calculate matrix 2 2 and it will put it in sum variable, and so on. After this for loop is done, I have returned the sum variable. Okay, so sum variable will hold all the sum of left diagonal elements. So that way this works. So I have written print out sum of left elements, and in here we will pass what? Capital A, because it's the name of our array. Same way, I have defined one method called sum right diagonal. As the name suggests, it sums the right diagonal of the matrix that you pass into it. Okay, so let's go to definition. Some right diagonal will receive one matrix. It is a 2 by 2 matrix, and it will return a integer. Okay, what that integer will hold? That integer will hold the sum of right diagonal elements. Then as usual, I have defined one sum variable and I have calculated the size. Then I have run one for loop, and see here I have calculated j, because there is a relation between for a right diagonal element, and that is for, I will write, you can write, note it down and remember it. Condition for right diagonal element. And condition for right diagonal element is row equals to total number of rows minus column. That's it. So if you can iterate column, and then with the help of that column you can get the row. So this you have to remember. You can check that also. See, if I am calculating for the first row, I mean zeroth column. Okay, so for zeroth column, how many rows this matrix have? This matrix have 0, 1, 2. So it will have 2 here. 2 minus column number. Column number is 0. So 2 minus 0. So you will get row as 2. Okay, so this is it. So if you know this, you can get this. You can test this also. Total number of rows is 2, and if you subtract the column number from it, that is 1 from it, you will get 1. So see this 1 comma 1. So you knew the column, you get the row. You know the column, you will get the row. Okay, so this works in this way. So what we will do is, see, I have done one iteration of the columns. I have done a negative iteration, that is, this will start from 2 and it will go up to 0. Okay, so 2, 1, then 0. And for this 2, I have written here, see, I have written size minus 1 minus j. Why size minus 1? Because size will give you 3, but we have to go up to what? 2. So 3 minus 1 is 2, and then minus j. This will give you the row number. And then after this right diagonal elements have been accumulated in the sum variable, we will return the sum variable. Okay, so this sum of right diagonal is obj dot sum right diagonal. Obj is what? Obj is the object of this class, Square Matrix class, and this sum right diagonal is a method that we have defined in this class and that we are calling through this object, and we are passing a matrix that we have filled with get matrix method. Okay, so let's give it a run. Compile. Class is compiled, no errors. I'll go here and say, so there is a message displaying here, we are not able to see it. I will just give the size of the matrix. So say I'll give the size of the matrix as 4. So see, it is taking the number of rows as 4, and then it will ask me elements. Since it's a 4, then it's a 4 by 4 matrix, then total number of elements we have 16. Okay, so let me give it. So I'll give 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14, then 15, then 16. So the results are here. See, our matrix look like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and this. Okay, And if you sum, it is not symmetric, it is saying. Okay, because why not symmetric? See that here we have 2, but here we have 5. Here we have 9, but here we have 3. That's why it's not symmetric. So it is saying not symmetric. All the conditions are failed. After that, if you sum the left diagonal element, 1 plus 6 is 7, 7 plus 11 is 18, and 18 plus 16, that is 34. So it should give us 34, and sum of right diagonal is also 34. Let's verify. 4 plus 7 is 11, 11 and 13 is 24, 24 plus 10 is this one. Okay, let's input a symmetric matrix. Let me do it. So I'll do this, I'll give okay, and I'll now give 3. So number of rows is 3, that's why we have to element 3 cross 3, yani 9 elements. Okay, so let's enter it. So I'll give here 0, and then I'll input 1, then I'll input 2. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, then I'll have to input 1, then 0. Let me write something somewhere. So let me write one symmetric matrix so that I can use it. So symmetric matrix will look something like 0, 0 and 0. Then here is 1, here is 2. So here will also be 1, here will be 2. Okay, if I give here 3, I will have to give here 3. Okay, so it will look something like this. So I have given 0, 1, 2, then 1, then 0, then 3. Okay, so 1 and 0 is given, I'll give 3. After that I'll have to give 2, 3 and then 0. So I'll give 2, 3 and 0. So see, our original matrix is 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 3, 0. It is symmetric. Sum of left diagonal is 0. Add it. 0, 0, 0 is 0. And sum of right diagonal is 2 plus 0 is 2 plus 2, 4. Okay, so this is symmetric matrix. You see, this element and this element should be equal. This element and this element should be equal, and this element and this element should be equal. Okay, so that's how you check if an matrix is symmetric or not. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any better suggestion, please give it in the comments.